Number 1, new climate legislation could easily double or triple your electric bill. Number 2, our new energy czar wants to control how much power your electric company allows you to have. It's true. Total government control of electricity in the name of smart grid technology is coming. Number 3, in some areas of the country, the power grid is dangerously overloaded. And now, new socialist legislation is only compounding the problem. Number 4, dangerous weather is always a threat to local grids. Every year, thousands of families lose their power from weather-related outages. Number 5, a solar power generator provides powerful backup insurance and peace of mind. Folks, I really believe in the solar power generators offered by Solutions from Science, one of my oldest sponsors. You can get more information at www.mysolarbackup.com. That's mysolarbackup.com. Remember, the government doesn't own the sun, so go to mysolarbackup.com or call 1-877-327-0365. A very wealthy U.S. citizen is predicting that in 2011, we will witness the most important day in America in more than 50 years. He says it will change everything about our lives. The way you shop, travel, invest, educate your children, and even how you take care of your health and your own family. Now, this man has made some outrageous predictions over the years. The crazy part is, he's usually right. You see, he predicted the collapse of GM, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and America's biggest mall owner, General Growth Properties. In fact, Barron's called his work a dire prophecy. Recently, he created a video, which you can watch online for free, detailing his biggest and most important prediction yet. And it's a real eye-opener. I can't stress this enough. You should at least watch this free video online today. He explains everything you need to know, including simple steps you can take to protect yourself. You can find the video at www.endofamerica3.com. That's endofamerica, the number 3.com. Watch the free video at www.endofamerica3.com. That's endofamerica3.com.
Becoming a modern smoker is now easier and more cost-effective, thanks to LeSig. Traditional smokers the world over love LeSig. E-cigarettes with a look, feel, and taste of real cigarettes, but without the nasty smoke, ashes, or stains. LeSig is powered by revolutionary microelectronic technology. A small rechargeable battery and unique replaceable cartridge provide all the satisfaction and benefits of smoking without the smoke and all the hazards. See the large variety of LeSig e-cigarette supplies and accessories at LeSig.com. That's LECIG.com. LeSig is competitively priced, comes with the best customer service, a 30-day warranty, and satisfaction guaranteed. What a great gift idea. For a 10% discount, mention GCN when you call 870-518-4307. That's 870-518-4307. Ask for fast, free, same-day shipping. Order online at LeSig.com and use promo code GCN at checkout. That's LECIG.com. LeSig, for today's modern smoker.
Live from Austin, Texas, broadcasting worldwide, it's Alex Jones.
All right, under the Ice Age attack, we can't get a hold of Max Kaiser. So, too bad. Maybe we'll have him for the first of the year, one of our first guests. Maybe we should have him on the Sunday show. Maybe we should line that up for the second hour of the Sunday show. Got to get my Kaiser fix, because Jaron enjoys doing Kaiser imitations back there in the, who did I make the check out to? Yeah. But little gallows humor there, my friends. Let's go back to your calls. And we were talking to, which caller was I talking to, John? Yeah, it was down in New Mexico. Let me just go ahead and give you the toll-free number, too. As you hear callers hang up, you're welcome to get on board, because I'm going to try to, in the new year, with a bunch of your calls, your predictions for the upcoming year, what you think was important last year. And I got a few little things I want to hit on as well. Dan was bringing up one of the biggest stories being Rand Paul. Regardless of what you think about Rand Paul, a lot of people are like, oh, it doesn't matter if we get good people elected. You can't stop it. The solution isn't voting. Regardless, we have the issue of the media doing everything they could, saying he didn't have a college degree, a bachelor's. Well, because he was the top of his class and placed out. My dad did the same thing. A lot of people do. He placed out. He didn't have to finish. He went right into medical school. Then they said he was kidnapping women. They said he was, doing all these things. None of it was true, and they failed. In the past, they would succeed with something like that. People before, on average, would the mainstream media doesn't like him. I better vote against him. It didn't work. It doesn't work anymore. It's a badge of honor when the media lies about yours truly and says stuff. Go ahead, Dan, finish up your point.
Well, the other thing, Alex, is that I think people need to understand is that in the case of Rand Paul, the acorn doesn't fall far from the tree. And Rand, I believe, understands that in terms of the debt, we're in the bottom of the ninth, 2 outs, and nobody's on. Now, what I think is going to be the two big things in 2011 is going to be the clash of the titans between Ron Paul and Bernanke and the continuing resolution in terms of funding the government, and I think things are going to come to a head as people begin to wake up more largely that we are in the bottom of the ninth with nobody on base, and this thing is really bad. And then the last thing I'd like to say that actually had a conversation about this amazingly enough over Christmas dinner around 9/11, and the conversation evolved to the point that says that the real way to get to unraveling this is to begin to enlarge the scope of the conversation to include the following, and that says that, you know what, if George Bush says they attacked us because they hate our freedom, and you can only conclude from that they won, but the other side of it is the economics, which says that the ROI on the money spent on the war on terror has not brought a return, and to drill it down into that level of that paradigm. You know, we're spending this money, and what have we got?
Well, but it's more than that, and I appreciate your call. Again, excellent points. The globalists love to hide things in plain view with riddles. The terrorist attacked us because they hate our freedom. The terrorist is the military-industrial complex that sits inside the banking cartel that's setting up the global eugenics government in that pyramidal structure. And of course they attacked us because they hate our freedom. It's true. It's just who they say attacked us isn't who really did it. And no one can deny, even if you believe the official fable of 9/11 that's been completely proven to be a fairy tale, who can deny they're using 9/11 to take our liberties and to rob us and to steal and to keep their crimes secret? No one can deny that. Let's continue here. Let's talk to Mark in Florida. You're on the air.
Excelsior, Alex. I'm hoping that the Patriots fare well in their 2011 attempts to wake up the ignorant population. It seems man will kill his fellow man for food, and that's evidenced by the government employees that attacked the Michigan mother that helped children on a school bus, and the police officer that beat up an old woman because she didn't water her lawn. But in the summertime, had she watered her lawn, she probably would have got beaten up for watering it.
No, I mean, that's the bottom line. A tyranny is where the criminal government erects laws so they can come suck off of us and feed off of us. They pass laws that in any common sense society would not be illegal.
Well, and I'm hoping the Patriots will fill up their city councils, because city council is where the blood draws begin. City council is where the fluoride begins. City council is where you get beat to death for watering your lawn begins. And the Patriots need to fill up the elected offices and
exactly.
You've
got, and the state. I mean, you know, the state needs to come together. And I appreciate the call. If you go back to the John Warner Defense Authorization Act, when we really knew this stuff was for real 3 years ago, it says for insurrection by the people of the states and the states to replace governors, to put a governor's council in, which they now did this year, 2010. And, I mean, they know it's legitimate, it's real, the states are the people, they can say no, and they're getting everything set up with the threat fusion centers and everything to take control of this country. It's an illegitimate hijacking, a usurpation. We're being usurped. Let's go ahead and talk to Kent in Ohio. Kent, you're on the air.
Hi, I've got just a couple of questions for you, Alex. I'm a Planet TV member, by the way.
Thank you.
Your show, we listen to it. My wife and I listen to it every single day. In 2010, it became apparent that the banks are insolvent and the FDIC is shot and cities and pensions are all bust and debt won't be serviceable when the interest goes up, and they will go up. Crooks are trying to collapse it all. So I've got two questions. One, after the currency does collapse, and it probably will, right? And after the stores don't have a workable currency to buy food for their shelves, how long do you think it'll be before, a new currency gets in place and things will get back to normal and I'll be able to go back to the store again and buy some food? Will I need 6 months or 2 years, or how long do you think it will be before normalcy? 'Cause everybody talks about everything collapsing, but how long will it be before things might come back to some kind of normalcy?
Well, again, that's a very complex question, and I appreciate that call. I mean, to try to answer that properly, it's not simple. The globalists have a lot of different tracks they're working on. And they have announced decades ago they wanted an Amero. And then 2010, the IMF announced they want a global Bancor or Bancor. And they've already are operating with a global digital currency, the SDR, that the global banks just issue to themselves. Here, want $1 trillion? Here, have another $1 trillion for themselves. While they shut down the regular economy and freeze lending at levels not seen in modern history. And so it really won't be the currency crashes overnight and then you just can't use it. It's just that things cost more. Then they have a public devaluation, and then they bring in a global cashless currency. Already, when you ship overseas, the Postal Service is in SDRs. Okay? And we're already going into that. And so they just phase out cash. But under the SDR system, private banks, under the SDR system, companies, you can just print off money, and there could be 1,000 different flavors that has the barcode and code on it, and then is redeemable at certain places. So you'll still have regional cash, corporate cash, different types of notes or receipts that are symbols of that digital money. But they're just bypassing the Bancor. They're bypassing the euro. They're bypassing. Those were all stepping stones to global credits that are on your cell phone or in a credit card or a chip in your hand. I mean, this is the admission. And so in a depression, though, there could be some shortages, some problems, some things like that. But I don't just see suddenly all your money is completely worthless. It's more in a process that happens. Until you get like Zimbabwe or Weimar Germany or Argentina, where people go in to have a 2-hour meal and they want to pay up front because it's going to be 5-10 points more by the time they're done eating. I mean, that does happen. But before they get to that, they'll just move it into something else. And then it just robs and destroys savings and the rest of it. And then prices go up and it kills people that are on fixed incomes. Let's go ahead and talk to Bill in Connecticut. You're on the air.
Yeah, hi, Alex. I started listening to you back in October. And first off, I'd like to applaud you for the courage of doing what you're doing. When I started researching everything and about what you were saying, I was trying to find flaws in it and discrepancies, but I couldn't find any. And I became very freaked out. And I went to, excuse me, I have the flu, so I'm a little bit under the weather here.
Sorry to hear that.
I went to see a shaman who I was an apprentice of for several years, and I drove 80 miles to see him. And basically, he said that you have less to fear than these people. It's a time, we're going through a time right now of where there's so many light workers coming to the planet. This might sound a little crazy, but he said that so much is being revealed. And he reminded me that if you look at all the pedophiles that were recently exposed in the Catholic Church, and I was brought up Catholic, so I think I can say that, we're going through a time where more of this is happening. And that these people, he said to me, you're afraid that these people are going to get away with it. He said, but they're not. We're coming into a time when these people will be exposed. And he said that Mother Earth will shake them off like nothing, like they're fleas on her back. And one thing he said, don't forget that the underpinning of all of this of these elites is demonic at its very core.